Hi Survivor Fit, I'm Marci and we're ready for today's session, so thanks for joining me. We're going to start with some knee raises, and all I'm doing is I'm bringing up my knee about hip height with a bent knee and a flexed foot. So I'm just doing a little bit of, hi there, just warming up the hips, warming up the quads, warming up the legs, and starting to get my heart rate a little bit elevated. Keep going. Yes. Just a couple more like this. Now we're going to change this up slightly. We're going to bring up that knee, kick it out. Bring up that knee, kick it out. Now we're starting to challenge our balance a little bit because we're standing on that leg for a little bit longer, and the abdominals. So kind of lean back, up, kick, up, kick. Just a couple more like this. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're going to see those later on, but first we're going to just slow things around, move the body, get into a nice groove. So I'm going to stand with my feet about hip distance apart. I'm going to reach up with my thumbs, pressing my hips forward and doing a standing back bend. Stand up, relax your shoulders, and again, fingertips reach up, lean back, standing back bend. Should feel good. Yes. Thinking about rolling the spine. Just a couple more like that. Hi there. Reach back. Press your hips forward. And one more just like that. Excellent. Now, keeping your feet hip distance apart, you're going to send your butt back, keeping your back in its natural curvature. A little bend in your knees. Now relax your back. Sweep your fingertips down. Reach up. Like somebody's pulling on your wrists here. Send your butt back. Bend your knees. Let your belly rest on your thighs. Sweep your fingertips to the floor. Come back up. 3 more times just like that. Excellent. Nice reach at the top. And one more time. Awesome. Perfect. So now we're just going to sit down like we're sitting into a chair doing a standing squat. So I'm just sitting back like I'm sitting into a chair. I'll show you like side view, my butt goes back. Sitting into a chair. Perfect. About 10 of these. Things you want to think about here is you don't want your knees to cave in. You want to kind of press them outward. And you should be able to see your shoelaces the whole time. Your knees shouldn't go forward. They should go back. Two more here. Perfect, and then a side bend. Back with your feet, hip distance apart again. Reach one arm up. What I want you to think of is somebody's pulling on your wrist, so you're lifting up. And then from here, you're gonna kick out that hip. Reach over, still reaching up like somebody's pulling on my wrist, but now I'm reaching over at the same time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, over. Inhale, reach. Exhale, over. You should feel that stretch all the way along that side. A couple more on this side. Inhale, reach, and exhale, over. Go ahead and switch sides. First, reach like somebody's pulling on your wrist. Lift, lifting through the spine, growing through the spine. Kick that hip out, and still reaching up, but now I'm reaching over as well. Yes. Lift, inhale. Exhale, reach, good. Lift, and reach. Reach, and one more time, just like that. Lift, as high as you can, and reach. Awesome, okay. Remember those kicks? We're gonna go back to the kicks. We're gonna put this in a series of exercises. I'm getting my timer out here. We do 30 seconds of kicks. And here we go. So we're just gonna lift it up, knee comes up, kick it out. Knee comes up, kick it out. Lean back, engaging your abs. So after the 30 seconds of the kicks, we're gonna change it up, get our heart rate going, 30 seconds of 2 more exercises, and then we'll repeat. So I'm gonna work for 3 minutes here to get our heart rate up. Lean back, take your time, like you're pushing a door down, and using those abs. Leading with your heel. 5 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Now we're gonna do a jumping jack motion with the legs, and the arms just go up and down, or just reaching up and down. Yes, now if this is too intense for you, you can step it out. You don't have to jump it, your choice. 30 seconds here. I'm gonna move my monitor down so you can see my floor here, because the next exercise, you'll need to see that. Perfect. Now you're gonna find a line on the floor and you're just going over and back. Little teeny hops or steps. Your choice. Just find an imaginary line on your floor or a spot on your floor. Over and back. Another 15 seconds and then we go back to those kicks. 3, 2, 1. Ready for round 2. Let's go. Round 2. This is our last round. We're only doing 3 minutes of this initial cardio. Perfect. Lean back and kick. Challenging your rounds, challenging your abs. Get a nice hamstring stretch with each one. Also working the quads. In 5 seconds, we go to those overhead jacks. 3, 2, 1. Overhead jacks. Yes. And the option is to just step it out. Perfect. Shoulders going all the way up and all the way down. Another 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Over and back. Little hops over and back. Yes. Going laterally now. Working all angles of the legs. Another 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and recover. Awesome. All right, we are moving on. We're going to slow things down. We have a circuit of 3 different exercises, and I'm going to show you each exercise. So the first one, we are going to hinge at the waist, just like we did when we did that forward fold in the warm-up. So you're going to send your butt back and keep from the head to your tailbone in a perfect plank position. And then from here, I'm going to take my knuckles to the ceiling, squeeze my shoulder blades together, and then reverse. Now, if you have weights, you're welcome to use light weights or even a water bottle. Sometimes 1 pound is enough on these. The point here is to strengthen the posture muscles, those upper back muscles that hold you up all day long. Yes, each time you hit the top, you're going to really squeeze those shoulder blades together, make it count. The reason why we bend over is because we want to bring our arms up against gravity. So gravity is working against us here. Feeling each one. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. The next exercise is going to focus on your lower body. We're going to get into a plie position with our legs. So I'm wide. I'm only 5'1". You can see how wide my feet are. So if you're taller than me, which most of you are, make sure you're wide. Toes point out. You're going to drop your knees down, reach down for the floor, chest is proud, down and up. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm digging through my heels on the way up, and I'm pretending like I could zip up my inner thighs, down and up. Now, if you want more, you can take it overhead. Reach down and then up. Yes. Still digging through your heels to come up and zipping up your inner thighs. Perfect. Now we're going to pulse it at the bottom. Stay down. 1, 2, 3, up and overhead. 1, 2, 3, up and overhead. Yes, a couple more like that. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Dig those heels down. Pulse, pulse, pulse. One more just like that. Down, 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 and lift up. Perfect. The third exercise in the circuit, we're going to take it to the floor. We're going to work our obliques. So your knees are going to be bent. Head, neck, and shoulders will come off the floor. And I'm going to reach for my left ankle 10 times, slow and controlled. And then I'll reach for my right ankle 10 times, slow and controlled. And what I'm doing here is I'm kind of making a C shape of my left side, hollowing it out to get some motion, to reach for my ankle or my shin. Breathing, exhale every time you reach. And I'm going to switch now, making each one count. First, I'm going to rest for a second. Lift up and do about 10 on the other side. Meaningful, slow, controlled, not fast. Get more out of it when it's slow. And feeling each one. Exhale each time. Perfect. When you've done about 10 on each, we are going to start all over standing up with those bent over flies. I'm going to give you some options here to make it a little bit more challenging. You can stand on one leg to do those flies, or if you have some weights and going all the way out like that is too challenging, then just bend your elbows. It's the same motion. But the longer your arms, the harder it is. So straighter arms is harder. And just squeezing and lift. Once again, you want to hinge over so that gravity is working against you. And you're bringing your knuckles up to the ceiling and squeezing that spot between your shoulder blades. I'm going to switch legs because we're about halfway there. Yes, feeling each one, making that mental connection to those posture muscles. Couple more here. 2 more. Awesome. Plies. And if you have weights, you're welcome to use them, or water bottle, like I said before. Really nice and wide. Opening up your knees, dropping your chest down. Yes, we're going down and up, and down and up. And you don't have to go overhead. Making that mental connection to dig your heels down, zip up your inner thighs. Yes. A couple more like this, and then we'll start doing those pulses. All right, down for 3, 2, 1, up and overhead. 3, 2, 1, up and overhead. Yes. Three more. And last one. And up and overhead. Awesome. On your backs again. About 10 crunches on the right and about 10 on the left. Taking your time, feeling each one. Like I said before, kind of hollowing out your body so that you are crunching on one side Breathing, exhale every time you come up. Couple more on whatever side you're on. And I'm gonna switch. Exhale every time I reach. And I am finished with mine. When you are finished with yours, come on up and we will start our last round of the strength circuit. Hip hinging, setting your butt back as far as you can so that your torso is almost parallel to the floor. Lift a leg or not lift a leg, that's your choice. Weights or no weights, that's your choice. Lift, squeeze, make each one count. That's also your choice. Keep going. We are about halfway there, so if you're standing on one leg, go ahead and switch. This should feel kind of good. Strengthening the whole back side here. And one more. Awesome. Get ready for your last set of pliés. Nice and wide, toes pointed out, knees pressed out. Let's begin. Down, and if you want to go overhead, you can. Zipping up your inner thighs, digging your heels down each time. Getting as low as you can with your chest upright. If you get lower than me, go for it. One more like this, and then we'll start those pulses. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, up and over. 3, 2, 1, up and over. Yes. Get that spot, that sun out. 3, and up and over. Yes. Couple more. Last one. And up and over. Awesome. Last time on your back. For those side crunches, working the oblique muscles. Head, neck, and shoulders come up. And I'm going to reach for my ankle or my shin. Taking my time, exhaling every time I reach. Real nice. And I've done 10 on one side, so I'm going to switch. And I've done 10, so I'm going to rest. Before we move on, we're going to straighten your legs, reach your arms overhead. And what I want you to think of this way is pulling on your wrists in one direction, pulling on your ankles in the other direction, and pulling your body apart so that your spine, you get space between each vertebrae of your spine. This should feel wonderful. It's also a little bit of a shoulder stretch and chest stretch. Take one more deep breath in. Pull just a little bit further apart. And let's come on up all the way out. We are going to go back to cardiovascular Same exercises we did earlier. I'll give you some more options to make it a little bit more strenuous if you'd like it to be. But they were kicks, overhead jacks, and over back the line. So I'm going to give you some options, but we're going to do 30 seconds on each one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So kicks. This is what we did last time. We leaned back, kicked it up. Now, if you want to do a straight leg kick, you can do that, kind of reach for your toes, kind of hollowing out your body. A little bit different. It's more hamstrings than it is quads. And then if you want to make this more cardiovascular, you can hop it. So there's lots of options. Reaching by hollowing out your body. We have 5 more seconds. Then we go to the jacks. 3, 2, and 1. Yes, up and down jacks, overhead jacks. This one, we already have the high intensity 1. So once again, the lower intensity, still hard, is to just step it out like that. Five more seconds. Over and back that line. Now to make this one more intense, we'll go wider. Maybe you have a yoga mat and you can jump all the way over. Or just find 2 spots on your floor and you're hopping or stepping over those 2 spots on your floor. Another 15. And if you want to keep it a little bit lower, just keep in that smaller range that we did earlier. 5, 3, 2, back to kicks. Last time. Yes. More seconds. Jacks. Yes. Halfway. Three, 2, 1. Yes, over and back a line, or over and back a mat. Last 30 seconds of the cardiovascular. Five, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Get a quick drink. We have one more circuit of strength, and I am going to show you some options for the first exercise. So the first exercise, you can either have an elevated bed, sofa, chair, whatever. You're going to start with your hands on it or on the floor. Higher intensity would be on the floor. Keeping my shoulders right where they are. I'm going to walk my feet back. So I'm in a plank. Walk my feet forward. That's it. So this looks like, that's what it looks like elevated on the floor. Hands right there. Walk your feet back. Hold that plank. Walk your feet up and back. And you're going to do about 10 of those. Things to think about here is you really want to push through the floor with your forearms and keep your hands underneath your chest. We don't want your hands up by your eyes. We want them down by your chest. And that will strengthen the muscles that attach from the ribs to the shoulders. Yes, so all you're doing is walking in and out. Now, if you want even more, you can stand up each time. If you get dizzy, of course, don't do that. Otherwise, pushing through the floor as hard as you can with your forearms, with your palms, walk it out and walk it in. Now, I haven't been doing those, I've been talking, so I'm gonna let you guys do a few more here. pushing down, making sure the weight stays on your hands the whole time so that you strengthen those shoulder joints. Yes, and let's do one more here. Perfect. Okay, so up next we have a lower body exercise, and that's going to be a back lunge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all my weight on my right leg. I'm going to step back with my left, barely touching down, keeping that weight on my right leg. Just stepping back and coming right back up. So using my right abdominals, and I'm using my right glute to push the floor away. I'm barely using that back leg at all. So just down and up. Perfect. Yes, keeping that weight on that front leg, keeping the front abdominal engaged. Let's do about 5 more here. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Same thing, other side, keeping that weight on the front leg, barely tapping your back foot back. So 95% of my weight is on my front leg and my front abdominals. Yes. 5, 4. Push the floor away with that front leg. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. And this time, the crunch is going to hit the center. So the first round, we worked the obliques. This time, we're going to work the center. So I'm on my back, feet bent. And this time, I am going to try to touch the top of my knees. Tap my knees, come down. Tap my knees, come down. Every time I come up to tap my knees, I exhale. Hold it up there for a second, and down. Yes. Feeling this through your abdominals. Keep going. 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. All right, back to the inchworms, or if you want to make it more explosive, instead of walking your legs out, you can jump them out. So it's going to look like this. Jump them out, jump them in. If you want to stand up, you can. You can do that on a box or on the floor, your choice. So let's do about 10 of those, keeping your shoulders over your wrists the whole time. Yes, excellent. Pushing down through the mat or pushing down through your step or your bench, whatever it is, as much as you can, not letting your shoulders come back, keeping them over your fingernails the whole time. It's critical for shoulder and chest development. A couple more like this. Let's do one more. And let's go to lunges. All right. We're going to take a step back, keeping that weight on that front leg, thinking of pushing the floor down with that front leg. Good. Single leg squat is basically what we're doing here. And the single leg is that front leg. And one more, and go ahead and switch. Same thing. We are only going to do 2 rounds of this. So this is our last round. If you want to do one more round, feel free to on your own. Couple more. Perfect. Last time on your back, you are going to reach for your knees. Feeling it in your abdominals. lift up, reach for touch the top of the knees, and slowly come down. Exhale every time you come up. Yes. Let's do about 5 more here. How high can you get? And last one, yes, and remember that stretch we did at the beginning or the middle. Let's do it again. Arms overhead, feet out. Imaginary person pulling on your wrists and pulling on your ankles in the opposite direction, elongating your spine. Couple deep breaths. And you are finished. Awesome job today, guys. Thank you for joining me. Bye. Nice to see you guys again.